Welcome to Maximize Your Wealth Now TV. I'm your host, Shirlene Reeves, and I'm here today with Barbara Wainwright, who's actually trained over 6,000 life coaches. That's amazing, Barbara. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be here with you, Shirlene, because you are so magnificent in what you do and what you bring to the world. And I just want to acknowledge that and appreciate that about you.
Thank you. Share with me and our audience, what are some of the most important points, pain points that these coaches have?
Well, the biggest problem with coaching or coaches when they're first coming into the field is that they don't know how to go out and find clients. So that's one of the biggest areas of concern for coaches. Is they often ask when they come through the training, is there any information about how I go to find clients? And so that is the biggest struggle, because coaches are mostly about feeling and sensitivity and that type of thing. They want to help people, right? Mm-hmm. So they're not in the mode normally. They're not in the mode of marketing and going out and finding people and networking and saying, how can I help you? And really drumming up business, mm-hmm. right? So one of the biggest problems for people that are becoming a coach, a professional coach, is taking that next step and not becoming just a coach and a helper, but somebody who can get out there and market themselves and create a business and develop their practice and put together a package and then go and make the outreach to individuals to make that happen. So that is one of the biggest things that people come to when they come to the training. They want to make sure that they're going to be able to have some tools to get out there and market and really sell their services to individuals.
And I know you really come from the heart, which is so important, because I'm sure the life coaches are in that same space as far as how they think. So
true.
Yeah.
May I just comment on that?
Please do.
You know, it's people that come and want to help people and want to be part of helping in transformation, right? They want to transform lives. They have the tools to help people go inside and find out who they really are and then take the steps to become that person that they really want to be. So coming from that space is so important. And the great thing is that people that are attracted to become those helping people are the most wonderful, open-minded, beautiful, spiritual, loving beings that you want to meet them. You want to embrace them and hug them and love them because they're doing that right back to you.
Wow, I just love that. That so speaks to me too. And I know you have so much more to share with us, but I did an interview and I wanted to share it with the audience.
Great.
Now, this person is really awesome with regard to follow-up. Her name is Debbie Hoffman, and she is amazing, and I really am excited to share her information with you.
Excellent. I look forward to it.
Hi, I'm Shirlene Reeves, your host for Maximize Your Wealth Now TV, and I'm here on the set with Debbie Hoffman. And her business is Empower Your Results Now. And boy, does she know how to empower them. She really works hard with follow-up and sharing with us how to do that. Welcome, Debbie, to the set.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
I'm really glad you're here to tell our audience about the best way to follow up. So what do we do with all those cards that are left on our desk after we go to a networking event?
Well, when I come back from an event, I actually take all those cards and I actually have an envelope where I put all the cards in with the name of the event, where it was, who the host was, so I can keep it separate from all the other cards. And I immediately put them into a database, a CRM, a customer relationship management system. And then I just input the data, I input all the notes, everything that I learned about that person to create that commonality so that I know who they are and I remember who they are. And I call them right away within 24 to 48 hours.
Wow, that's awesome. So don't you think that most people are kind of struggling with that? I mean, there's no time to put those in. And what do? I have so many Excel spreadsheets with so many people on them. What do I do about that?
Well, people are pretty disorganized and stressed about those cards because they just keep piling up on their desk. And the bigger the pile gets, the more overwhelmed they get and the less action they take. So I always recommend people schedule time in advance, block out time in their schedule to do the follow-up. So before an event, you're blocking out chunks of time. And so it's in there as an appointment. You're actually setting an appointment with yourself. And you don't answer the phone, you don't respond to texts or emails, you just make this appointment and stick to it, just like you would if you were making an appointment with a prospect or a client. And you just make the call. So if you do it in bite-sized pieces, it won't be overwhelming. But the Excel spreadsheets are kind of useless because they don't remind you of when you need to make the next call. So I like to put everything into a system, a CRM system, and set reminders so you always know when you're supposed to follow up with the person the next time, so it doesn't fall out of existence.
Wonderful. So tell me how we can find you.
You can find me at www.empoweryourresultsnow.com. empoweryourresultsnow.com.
And do you have a little special gift for us?
Oh, I do. Today I'm offering a free report called 4 Hot Tips to Power Up Your Follow-Up. And if you go to that website, you'll get that free report sent to you immediately.
Well, Debbie, I just want to say it's so great having you on the set, and I know that you are going to empower so many people in the future. And thank you for your time. I love having you with me.
Thank you for having me.
Debbie, that was great information, and I've been guilty myself of leaving all those cards on the table, and I'm sure I've lost a ton of money doing that. Have you ever had that experience?
I have. I was with an organization called CEO Space, and one of the things that they make sure you leave with is a stack of cards to follow up with people that are interested in what you're doing, or people that can support you or help you in some way. And to go through that big stack and make sense of it when you get back into your grind, they do. Sometimes it just falls on the floor. So yes.
Yes, and that's great information. There's no question about having to make sure that we do our follow-up. That's so important.
It is. I agree. In fact, I think most of the most successful people are the ones that have that capability to follow up with others and have a system that they can plug there's actually systems where you can take a picture of the business information and it will transcribe it and put it into your address file. Wow. So there's systems now that you can easily convert those business cards into electronic data that you can then turn around and send out a follow-up email and say, it's so nice to meet you, it's so good to be with you, and it just really keep the conversation continuing.
Great information, Barbara. Great information. I love it. So now I have another interview that I did with Kathy Fairbanks, and she's with Clemmer and Associate, which is a business school, and she has some awesome information for you too.
Hi, Shirlene Reeves here, speaking with Kathy Fairbanks from Clemmer and Associates. Welcome, Kathy.
Thank you, Shirlene. It's an honor to be with you today.
Oh, and it's an honor to have you with us. I'm so grateful that you're here. Tell us a little bit about Clemmer.
Sure, I'd be happy to. We are an experiential leadership and character development company. So what that really means is the way you show up in seminar, it's created in a way that will reflect the way it's showing up in business and the way you're showing up in personal life.
Wow, that makes perfect sense, because however we are in anything we do is always just how we show up. So if we can change that behavior, it will fix a lot of the things in our lives.
Exactly. We're about producing a large amount of change in a short period of time.
Wow. So tell me, how is it different between corporations and entrepreneurs?
It's not vastly different, but there are a few things that do come into play. A corporation, at best, we want them to come together as a team, a united team. When you're an entrepreneur, it's quite different. Sometimes you are wearing all of the hats.
Yes, I know about that.
Right. So what I'd like to do is share with you a story that I think really encapsulates the mindset of an entrepreneur.
I love stories. Please tell us.
Perfect. One of my favorite storytellers is a gentleman named Jim Stovall. He's a movie producer and a very famous author. And he recently shared with us a story about a tribal community, 2 different tribal communities. And in this community, you had valley dwellers and mountain dwellers. And one day, the warriors from the mountain came down to the valley and kidnapped the chief's baby. So, of course, the chief from the valley sent their best warriors up to scale those mountains and return with the baby. Well, guess what? They returned days later, empty-handed, no baby. It was devastating to the community. And a couple of days after that, a lone woman walked out of the shadows of the mountains, and as she approached the warriors in the valley and the chief, everyone was in awe because she had a baby in her hands. And everybody was asking her, "How did you do it?" And she simply replied, "It wasn't your baby." That's the entrepreneurial spirit. It's your baby, so you get to choose how to make the results happen with your company.
So tell us how we can find you, because we want to know more about the baby, and that makes a whole lot of sense for entrepreneurs.
Perfect. Go to clemmer.com and we'll be more than happy to support your success.
Kathy, that was just amazing information. And I agree, our business is our baby. And we just focus so hard on our baby, don't we?
Right, and it's really something that you hold close to your heart. When you're in business and it's coming from inside of you and you're giving, it is like having a baby. And so I understand that completely.
Thank you, Barbara. We'll be right back, and we're going to have a really fun exercise to do with Barbara. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Shirlene Reeves, your host with Maximize Your Wealth Now TV, and we've been chatting today with Barbara Wainwright. She's an awesome coach, and she has a great experience for us today. So share with us something that we might experience if we came to you for coaching.
Thank you, Shirlene. What a great opportunity, and I'm so happy to be able to share this with you. One of the things that we do as coaches is we help our clients to go inside and find their passion and find out who they are at their core, so that they can express from the inside out who they are and live that life of purpose and passion. So one of the experiences that you might have if you come into a coaching session is the coach might ask you to close your eyes and go inside. And so I'm going to ask you to go ahead and do this with us now. We're going to do this maybe for 5 minutes. So I want you to just go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath. And I want you to imagine yourself in a space where you are at home, you're at peace, you're enjoying who you are, you're relaxed and you're comfortable, and you know that you're in a safe place. So I'm going to take a second here and let you get into that safe place where you're comfortable, you're relaxed, and you feel good about who you are in the space that you're in. Then I want you to imagine in your mind's eye where it is that you would like to be. Let's say in the next year. What is it that you would like to experience? And I'm going to give you some suggestions and ideas, and I want you to hold on to the experience that really will move you the most. So let's say, for instance, that you want to see yourself on a vacation on an exotic island. I want you to go there now in your mind. See yourself in the exotic island. Let's say that maybe you want to have a new job that is fulfilling for you. Please take a moment now in your mind's eye and imagine yourself in a job that it's fulfilling from the inside out, because you know you're making a difference, that you're using your skills and your tools the way that you can, that only you can, because your tools and your skills are individual to you. So imagine yourself now that you're in the most beautiful job that you can imagine. The location is gorgeous, the office environment is wonderful, the people that you work with you just love, you enjoy in the morning when you wake up. You enjoy putting your feet on the floor and getting up out of bed and getting ready for work, because you go to a place that you really enjoy the people, you enjoy the work that you do, and you have a life that you absolutely love. Now, I want you to also imagine that your finances are perfect. You have exactly what you need to live a life that you love. So financially, you're now in a place where you are able to do and be in that space and the time that you wish to be in. And now I want you to imagine your relationships. And your relationships will be exactly how you want them to be. You will have a significant other in your life. You will have, perhaps it's your children. You'll be raising your children, and they'll be in love and having a wonderful time with you, and you get to do joyful things. You can take them out on camping trips, or maybe you're at their sports games, or you're dropping them off and picking them up from school, and you get to imagine that scene being so much fun and joyful because you're with children that are playful and fun. And now I want you to imagine that you're experiencing wonderful physical fitness, that you are exercising on a regular routine basis, and because of your exercises and the experiences that you have, that you are feeling just physically fit and empowered and strong, and you feel yourself standing taller and sitting taller and being a really magnificent, standing in your power and feeling empowered and knowing that you are in control of your life, that you can create this vision. That's the important message here, is that I want you to know that what is coming from inside of you now and expressing in terms of vision and what your vision and purpose and what you're feeling and sensing, this can be true for you. It's a matter of just taking the steps to do it. And sometimes it might seem scary to step out of your comfort zone, but hire a coach, and that comfort zone will soon become, your new dream will soon become exactly where you want to be. It's your life. Live it well.
Wow, that was just awesome. I feel so empowered. And I particularly like that part about the romance and finding somebody in my life for romance.
A significant other, right? Yes.
That was wonderful, Barbara. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with you. Welcome back to Maximize Your Wealth Now TV. I'm Shirlene Reeves, your host, here with our coach, Barbara Wainwright. Barbara, I'm really curious about what people are really looking for when they come to work with you.
Well, I'll just say that one of the most difficult things for a coach to do, I mean, we talked already about how difficult it is for people to go out and drum up business, but we'll get even more specific now. One of the most difficult things for a coach to do is close the deal, right? Or what we like to say, inspire the client to work with you. And so having your package and having your script ready is really key. So let me share with you some of the points that you want to be aware of when you're getting ready to invite someone to work with you. Right? So you have your client and you know what their problems are because you've already had that conversation, and that's something that is really easy for you to do. When you're talking, that's the first thing you're going to do is find out what is the issue, what's going on with your client. When you have that down, you now have the capability to address that and say, now I'm ready, I'm here, and I can help you take steps towards getting through those instances that you need to get. I can help you get from A to B. Let's simplify. I can help you get from A to B. The next thing that you want to do is ask them what we're talking about the pain points. What is it? What is the difference between A and B? How much is it worth to you? What is the pain in between A and B? How much is it worth to you to go and make that step? And you be quiet. And this is the hard thing for coaches to do. Sometimes it's hard to just be quiet and listen. So you're going to listen to what it is how much pain that's causing them. Is it like $500 worth of pain? Is it $5,000? When you're here, but when I can take you to here, what is it going to be for you now? Is that going to earn you an extra $10,000 a year, $20,000, $100,000? So where am I going to be taking you? Now you hear what the value of what you're giving them is. The next thing you do is say, okay, so I hear it's worth about $10,000 to you to make this transition from A to B, and I know that I can help you get there. So what is your budget? How much are you willing to invest in yourself? Because this is an investment in them, right? They're not paying you. They're investing in themselves.
Exactly. And it's a tax write-off.
That's right. There you go. Right? So they're investing in themselves to take themselves higher and farther. So how much are you willing to invest in yourself? What is this really worth to you? And then again, it's time to be quiet, because it is that at this point, you're going to hear them tell you what it's worth for them to work with you. And so at this point, you have a choice now, because you know that your high-end clients, you already know in your mind that I'm not going to work with somebody unless it's $5,000 a month, so that's a one-on-one package for me. But you don't need to share this, right? This is you know this. So the other thing is, you know that you can work with a group, and you can put somebody into a group for a lot less money, because you're going to be working with several people instead of just one. So when they tell you that they have, and they're willing to invest in themselves $3,000, you can say, great, I have a wonderful package for you. And now that's up to you. You say, I have a wonderful package for you, and it's one-on-one. We'll work together. We'll work once a week. We'll spend an hour together. We'll do this, and I'll be able to move you from A to B in this amount of time. All right? So, or you respond, if that number is for the group conference, you say, now I have the opportunity. That's wonderful. It's wonderful that you're ready to invest $3,000 in your progress. So with that $3,000, I'm going to put you into my group program, and you're going to meet other like-minded individuals. Then together and collectively, you're going to all move forward together. How does that sound? And then you wait again. So it's about being patient and about letting the client tell you what they're willing to invest in you, in themselves, and that's how much they're willing to invest in themselves, so therefore they're going to be able to move together. So it's about really listening and hearing, and helping them to identify their pain point, and helping to identify that you know that you can help them get here because you've had that experience before in the past, and then finally listening to what they're willing to invest in themselves, and then presenting the package that works to their budget as well as to yours.
Wow, that's beautiful. And you said it so eloquently, too.
Thank you. It's really not a difficult conversation to have with your client, but it's something that sometimes people don't always know how to do. It's really not hard. So
Barbara, tell us, did you bring a little something for us today?
Oh yes, I have a book that will help anybody that's deciding would like to become a certified professional coach. I have a book that's called 52 Coaching Niches That Are Working Miracles Every Day, and it's available on my website.
I love that. I love that. And when you click the link below, it'll take you right there. So it's been great having Barbara with us today. I've been so excited, and we got so much good information, and I look forward to having you back on the show again.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you.